Hello everybody. So today we will start with a new chapter in mathematics, that is ICSE 10 standard. We start with the second chapter, banking. So before we start with banking as a chapter, let us understand what is a bank and what does it do, or what are the different kinds of services which a bank would normally give. So considering that, first of all, bank is a financial institution. Financial institution means it is that institution which takes care, or which is going to take care of your finances or the finances of any particular company or an individual, or the one, or in other way we can say it will help somebody to do a business by helping it to give some, by giving it some finance to him so that he can do the business, or it can help somebody who has got excess money and he can earn from his own money by giving in the form of deposit. So we can say that bank would be a link between two people, one who has got excess money which he wants to invest somewhere and earn some good amount of profit, and other person is the one who has got good amount of business in his hand but is not able to do it properly because he doesn't have enough money to do that thing. So bank will help him, get money so that he can do the business. So accordingly, the bank becomes a link between these two people. Of course, this person who has got money will not know who this person is, and this person will not know who this person is. So it will always be that bank on one side will be a kind of institute who would accept money and keep that money stocked with them properly in a safe, proper manner, so that whenever you require it, it can be given to you. Or it could be such that it is taking the money in a locked manner for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years as a fixed locked amount, so that after that 3 years or 2 years, it gives you more money in terms of interest. So this way, that could be one kind of a transaction wherein a person who has got money is giving it to the bank for getting interest on that particular thing, particular money, whereas the other one will be the people who would like to have money for some kind of a arrangement, like maybe buying a house or buying a car or buying, doing something in the business, and for that he requires a loan because he cannot take that much amount, he cannot earn that much amount directly at one time, so he is taking it as a loan from that particular bank, and the bank is giving him that finance so that he can continue with his proper doings, whatever he's trying to do, whether he want to buy a house or do his business or buy a car, whatever he wants to do. And in turn, when he is taking that money, he pays some amount as interest to the bank. So yes, bank on one side will pay interest to somebody, and another side get interest from somebody, and will earn in both the cases, right? So this is how the bank is going to be generally be operating. We say the general thing, and accordingly, the firstly is the bank will have mainly two kinds of accounts. Okay, there will be many other kind of accounts also, but mainly the two kinds of accounts are accounts. If you talk about, of course, there's not only two accounts, there are many, but mainly when you are having a transaction, daily transaction out, there will be one which will be savings account, and other will be a current account. Will be current account. A savings account is the one which is to be used by, savings account is to be used by individuals. They will be having their own savings account, and maybe most of you are also going to have an individual saving account of yourself. That means you are going to have an account in which you are going to deposit all your savings and going to have it. That savings account can also be your salary account, that people, whatever salary you are getting, you are putting it over there, or whatever small incomes you are having, you are putting it over there. So that will be a savings account wherein the number of transactions what you are going to do is limited, and moreover here you are going to get an interest, a regular interest on whatever money you had deposited into this account. So whatever money you are going to deposit into the account, that much interest you are going to get on daily basis on that particular amount what you have put in the savings account over here. Whereas the current account is the one for big companies. The companies will have a current account because the companies not only require a huge amount of transactions to be done because they are going to keep on buying and selling the material. So on daily basis they may be selling to 100 people, so there will be 100 checks coming in and 100 checks given out for buying the material and selling the material. Not only that, they will also require many of the other services from the bank, like bank can stand a guarantee for that particular person that okay, this person can do up to this much amount of work, this much amount of financial work. Means if I get an order, so for example if a person is going to get an order for 1 crore rupees, so the bank knows that what is the status of his account and what is the whether he is able to cope up with the dealing of 1 crore or not. So that's why it gives you bank guarantees and things like that. So bank will help in many ways to do the business or help you to get prop loans and break overdraft facilities and all in case of current account. So current account is much more we can say a business oriented kind of an account. Okay, so these are the two accounts which are regular ones. The regular ones wherein you are going to have continuous inflow and outflow of the money, your savings and current account. Apart from that, there are something which are called as deposit accounts. Okay, so then the next kind of accounts over here will be the deposit accounts. Now deposit account again will be of two kinds. One will be a fixed deposit and the other one will be recurring deposit. In both the cases, the main intention is that you are earning interest on your money. See, a savings account gives you interest, but the amount of interest what it gives you is very less. So you are not actually earning in the savings account. Savings account cannot give you a good amount of interest. That's why savings account is only something which is going to give you a bare minimum amount of the interest rate, around 4% के आसपास में. Whereas the deposits always give you more amount of the interest. So rate of interest will be more in case of deposits. It could be 7 or 8% के आसपास में. So the deposit account can be of two kinds. One is a fixed deposit, other is a recurring deposit. This is for two different kind of people. A fixed deposit is for those people who would get at a time a good amount of money, but not on a regular basis. And they want to save this money and earn on this money for a period of 2 years, 3 years, or even 1 year, or even 6 months, not a problem. So when you are having a good amount of money which you are going to put in the bank as a fixed deposit, you are going to earn compound interest on that money. So the whatever formulas you learn about compound interest in 9th standard is going to be applicable for fixed deposits. So fixed deposits, you are going to earn interest on the principal. So here the principal over here is going to be a amount which is going to be deposited to the bank and you have to forget it for that much period. So एक साल के लिए भूल जाओ कि तुम लोग ने लाख रुपया इसमें डाला था या 50,000 रुपया बैंक में डाला था. That you have to forget and deposit that amount. So that is a fixed deposit. So that is for those people who are going to be mainly into businesses and all, where they can get, due to completion of one transaction, they get a good amount of money and they want to save it and they can put it again. But they are not sure that next month also they are going to get it or not. So that's why they are just keeping that thing. Whenever they get particular kind of money, they are putting it in the fixed deposit. Whereas a recurring deposit is for those people who get a regular income, like salaried people. The salaried people always get a regular income every month. So, and they want to save a small part of that particular regular income in the bank at a higher rate of interest then they choose this recurring deposit. For example, if a person is earning, let's say 50,000 a month, and if he wants to put 10,000 rupees in a deposit every day, so he will not go each and every month and ask for a fixed deposit on January, February में fixed deposit of another 10,000. वो करना tedious हो जाएगा. So what is done is that he will keep a recurring deposit where the bank automatically will take a particular fixed principal from his account every month. Okay, so here what happens is that the amount which is invested is going to be a fixed amount invested every month for the complete tenure of that deposit. So if the tenure is say one year, then right from January, suppose January ko is chalu kiya to you can start in any month, it's not an issue. But suppose I started with January, so January ko 10,000 diya, February ko automatically bank will take 10,000 from the account, March also 10,000, ऐसे करते करते till December it will take 10,000, and the month of January it will take the interest of all these many years, 20 months, and give it back to that person, including the interest. So that is the way the person earns from his money which was actually given to the bank in tidbits. Bank accumulates it, puts the interest on it, and gives it back to the customer. So that's why it is a recurring deposit, more likely for people who get a fixed income on every month and who wants to do a regular saving of a particular amount every month. Then they can go for recurring deposit. So this is the third kind, or the second type of deposit account. So normally these are the four kind of standard accounts. There may be many different other accounts which will be like OD accounts and all, but they are like complicated ones, and they are be depending upon bank to bank, they differ. The bank gives different kind of you can say facilities in different kinds of things. So accordingly they get super saver accounts, and then there will be NRI accounts, and there will be many different kinds of accounts will be there. But mainly if we just see in general what is the account types, the account type will be either it is savings or current account, or in deposit type it will be fixed deposit or recurring deposit. Now the chapter what we are having over here is completely based on recurring deposit only. We have nothing else in this chapter except the study of recurring deposit. This according to the ICSE board, we are already done in the 9th standard in the chapter compound interest. The compound interest में जो भी हम लोगों ने सीखा, that is nothing but the fixed deposit what we see in the banks. So that is the part. Now we talk about the recurring deposit. So yeah, it will be a method of depositing the money into the bank. So as I said, recurring deposit is a deposit in which there will be a monthly installment. Okay? Monthly installment, or we can say not installment but monthly investment. I meant a monthly investment, which is our principal. So the principal over here will be the monthly installment or the investment what you are doing over here. So that will be the P. So that is nothing but P. We have the same thing, R as the rate of interest, and this rate of interest will be per annum. Your N is the number of time period, but the time period over here will be number of months. Okay, the time period over here will be in number of months. Okay, accordingly we'll be having the interest amount, that is the interest, and then you have got the maturity value, that is the maturity amount or maturity value. We can take amount only, we will take it as MA, maturity amount. Why? Because MV is the market value in case of shares and dividends. So confusion नहीं होना चाहिए. या ठीक है, MV रखेंगे तो भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता. We'll keep it maturity value only. Doesn't matter. We'll keep it in MV because the textbook also gives you MV. So why necessarily create a different kind of thing over here? So these are the basic things. Now let us understand the concept with which the calculation is done, and we will almost like derive the formula for the calculations over here. So firstly, we know that, as I explained to you, it will be such that investment कैसे होगा? January you are paying 1,000 rupees, February you are paying another 1,000 rupees, March you are paying another 1,000 rupees, April you are paying another 1,000 rupees, May 1,000, and June 1,000. Suppose I am taking this for 6 months. So accordingly, at the end of the month of June, so June end यानी 1st July को I get the maturity value. So when I get this maturity value of July, it means that January के लिए, so this is the principal in each month, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, right? That's the principal over here. The rate of interest, of course, will be equal to the जो भी दिया रहेगा 6%, 8%, 10% जो भी दिया रहेगा, तो rate of interest is okay 10% per annum. That's the complete thing for the complete thing over here. But you can see that for January, the time period for January was 6 months. But for February was 5 months. The March was 4 months. April was 3 months. May was 2 months. And June was 1 month. Right? You can see here that January में जो मैंने पैसा deposit किया था, when I'm getting the amount back in July, I have kept this 1,000 rupees for 6 months. The one which I deposited in February was there in the bank for 5 months. March का पैसा 4 months के लिए था. April it was for 3 months. May was for 2 months. June is only for 1 month. Clear? So you can see the time period is reducing over here. So if I want to find out that what will be the interest what I get by this, I know that interest is equal to PRN upon 100, but because this is in months, so is equal to 12, right? क्योंकि ये months में है, because PRT upon 100 में T is in years, but it is in months, so I will have to divide by 12. So accordingly, for this one, it will be 1,000 into 10 into 6 upon 100, or 100 into 12, plus 1,000 into 10 into 5 upon 100 into 12. So on. For first, this one will be 1,000 into 10 into 1 upon 100 into 12. Okay? January का interest कितना है? इतना है. February का कितना है? इतना है. March का, April, May and June का इतना है. So if you add this up, the total thing, you can see that everything else is common. That means 1,000 into 10 upon 100 into 12 is common. What is remaining is 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Right? This is nothing but a sequence. AP. You know the sum of the AP? Sn is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. यानी क्या हुआ? This is 6 months. So 6 upon 2. 2a. A over here is 6. So it is 2 into 6. Plus n minus 1. 6 minus 1. So 5. In d is minus 1. So this will be 3 into 12 minus 5. So it will be 7. That will be 21. You can check it out. 10, 20, 21. So this will be 21. Now let's see how to convert this into a formula. Okay? So if we want to convert this into a formula, first thing is this part. This part is in the form of a formula. It will be P, I'll write it over here. It is P R N upon 100 into 12. That, sorry, N nahi dete. This part over here is P into R into 100 into 12. This is going to be this way. And then we are going to write this part. Now what is this part? This part is nothing but, if you consider it, it will be, let's take it in this form. In this form, what it is? It is, I'll write it somewhere else. I'll write it over here. It is N upon 2, bracket 2. Now of course, you will find that A over here, like if I take from this side, it will be 1, always 1 से चालू होने ही वाला है वो, 1 2 3 4 से चालू वाला है. So I'll take A as 1 plus N को N ही रहने देते हैं, N minus 1 into D will always be 1. If I start from here, then it will always be 1. So this will become N upon 2. This is 2 plus N minus 1. So that is nothing but N upon 2, N plus 1. So this is nothing but this sum. So accordingly we put it over here. So that will be P into R into N plus 1 upon 2. Therefore, the formula for the interest is equals to P R N plus 1 upon 100 into 12 into 2, or you can also write directly 2400. Not a problem at all. You can always write it directly 2400. Right? So this is the formula. The next thing is, what is the maturity value? So maturity value क्या होगा? Maturity value will be, first of all, the principal तुमने कितना भरा है? कितना भरा है? Not 1000. You are not paid only 1000. You have paid 1000 plus 1000 plus 1000 plus 1000 plus 1000. So it is P into N. Okay, P into N. That is what you have already paid. Plus the interest I. Got it? So it will be P into N plus I will be the maturity value. Is it clear? So this is the basic thing about this recurring deposit. So yeah, it's simple, very simple as such. Just one formula, and that's it. So we will start with the exercise in our next video. Okay, Anna, I think I can do one thing. I'll just write down the formula properly so that you can note it down. So before I start the exercise in the next video, we are through with the different formula which is going to be used in this particular chapter. So let's write down the formula first properly, and then we can start with the next video for the sum. So we start with the formula. First one is I is equals to P N plus 1 into R upon 100 into 12 into 2. Okay, this is the first formula. The second formula is maturity value is P into N plus I. We can also write it as MV is equals to P into N plus P into N plus 1 into R upon, we can write directly 2400. Right? This is the third formula which is going to be there. Okay. Yeah, of course, the sum which will be asked will be either to find out I, MV, P, N or R. Anything could be found out. So only when you need to find out the value of N, it will be slightly difficult because the quadratic equation will be formed. So I'll tell you exactly what is to be done in that case. So easier method I'll tell you for that particular thing. So these are the formula. That MV I is equal to P n plus 1 R upon 2400 or 100 into 20 into 2. MV is P into n plus I. So very important is P into n. Many people they make a mistake that the principal what is taken is per month. So here we can write down what is this religion. So I is the interest received. P is principal per month. N is number of months. R is rate of interest, of course in percentage, and MV is maturity value. Okay, these are the different things what are having in this particular formula, right? Very simple. So we'll start with the exercise 2A in the next video.